Everybody, welcome live to the Jim Masters Show, live entertainment, lifestyle, celebrity talk show series. So great to have you with us. And thanks for all of the love and support of our series. We've got another great guest in store for you here. Grammy-nominated country music singer, songwriter extraordinaire, Karen Tobin is joining us from Greater Los Angeles, California. She's a prolific artist. She's been doing this for a long time. She loves what she does. She's going to perform live for us as well. Yep, she's got a couple of things up her sleeve. She loves studio work. She loves being on stage and on tour and being amongst everybody who loves her music and loves her style. And she's worked with Jay Asher, who was a guest on our show, and added in sort of that country pop feel as well. And again, she's been doing this a long time, has lots of great music that's out there and available for you. Yes, there's an earlier photo and an earlier sort of a screenshot of one of the videos as well, which is really, really cool. Like I said, she's been doing this for many years, and this is her calling. This is her passion, music, and sharing it with the entire world. And we are very, very excited to welcome her to the show. If you'd like to comment, feel free to do that as well. And like, comment, subscribe, all the rest. Without further ado, let's welcome our special guest to the Jim Masters Show, Karen Tobin, Grammy-nominated country music singer, songwriter. Karen, welcome to the Jim Masters Show. It's a pleasure to have you with us today.
Thank you very much for inviting me, and thanks to Jay for recommending me.
Oh, I appreciate that. He was such a great guest on the show, and we had so much fun with him. How is the weather in LA today?
Well, it's about like about like what you're
70s and
70s, and it's just great bike riding, hiking weather.
yes.
It's great. So,
do you like to do that? Are you a cyclist and a hiker?
I do. I love to go walking, and I love to ride my bike, but I'm getting over a little surgery that I had on my foot, so I'm taking it easy a little bit, but I'll be back up there pretty quick. So.
I'll be back. That's right. Stamina, tenacity, you keep it going.
Yep.
So how did it feel to get that Grammy nomination? That had to be something quite special, huh, Karen? Congratulations.
It was really sweet when my manager told me that, but I didn't get a chance to go to the awards ceremony, but I was, recognized as one of the artists that had released a project that year. So, and it was the Carolina Smoky Moon project, that the one with the guitar. I'm sitting on the porch, and it was really a neat experience. That one there, that's
yeah, you see it there.
And that was, I could tell you a story about the whole day of that shoot if you want to hear it. It was pretty.
Yes, I'd love to. And that's a great song. It's really a great song.
I didn't write it, but it sure is a good song. And
yeah,
it was really fun. And when
was this done, this particular one?
Let's see, that was about 91, maybe 90.
I was going to say it definitely has an 80s, 90s feel to it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wow, look at that, huh?
And they had me, it was so interesting. They had me, this was the photo shoot, and they had me standing in a bush in a bunch of weeds or high flowers or whatever they were. And I ended up getting these chigger bites on my legs. So anyway, have you ever had one of those?
I've never had that.
Oh boy, it's like a mosquito on steroids, but there's a lot of them there. But so I learned never to go into the weeds with a skirt on.
No.
So I had, anyway, you live and you learn, right? So
yes.
I had an interesting time. It was we did a video shoot, and we had some of the local people from the area in Kentucky come down and dance around. Like if you saw the video, they were just doing the traditional folk dances to that song, Carolina Smoky Moon. And it was really something. And we had to climb up to the top of this, it's called a coal tipple. I don't know if you know what that is.
What is that? Tell the audience.
It's a device or a huge structure. When the coal cars come through, the coal goes through this grate that was on. Anyway, I didn't know what it was, but we had to go up there and dance around and sing and play. And they did the video shoot up there as well. It was like, wow.
Huh?
A little precariously perched, I'd say.
Absolutely. If people only knew what it takes to do all these things, right? Even to do covers of,
Right.
covers of the albums, which you got to go through.
Right. Well, it was interesting. It was just it's all a notch in my belt of life experience, So
That's a good way to look at it. Absolutely. And that was a very well received song. So that's the one that got the Grammy nomination, huh?
yes, it was.
Wow.
And and boy, my hair looks great back there. My hair up all puffy and
Full
like, wow.
and yeah, but it also looks great, in this more current way too. I mean,
Well, I
yeah.
don't do anything to my hair, which people seem to find unbelievable, but it's just a natural Irish. I'm a natural Irish girl, so
Oh yes, I'm an Irish boy, so I know what you mean. Yes. How long did it take to grow it to that length?
like where it is right now.
Yeah.
Well, I used to my hair was down to my derriere at one point, and it was fun. I used to braid it and make it. I'd put it in braids, and then when I'd go perform on stage, I'd take it out of the braids, and it was like I looked like I had a perm, but I didn't. I had just a braided hair. So, and I still like to keep my hair. It's like a security blanket or something.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, and our viewers here know, during the pandemic, the pandemic, we should whisper that word. Actually, what's really cool? We have a guest that's going to be coming on in the future, who I was talking to on the phone, and he's become a wonderful friend. I'm not able to say who it is yet, but he's with Earth, Wind, and Fire, and he's going to be coming on the show. And
Nice.
you know what he calls the pandemic? He calls it the damn-demic. So appropriate, huh?
It was such a strange time for everybody, and
Absolutely.
I actually had COVID twice, and
Twice?
I was scared to death. My daughters were very scared for me, but I made it through, and I'm out performing again, and it was just a really kind of scary time because we didn't really know what was going on, and we were told like all this crazy stuff by our leader of the country, and I don't think that I would have liked to have drunk a glass of bleach. I think that would have been a really bad experience.
That would have been a tough, that would have been tough.
Like, what?
There are other ways to clear out the system. That's not one of it. See, it gets you all choked up just thinking about drinking it. How did you get started in music? What was the inspiration for you? Do you have a musical family? A lot of, especially those who come from Ireland directly, they are always, they grow up with a fiddle in their hand or a penny whistle or a guitar, and they're singing. How about for you? Was something placed in your hand early, or did you take vocal lessons? How did it start for you, Karen?
Well, when I was 9 years old, I sang, he's got the whole world in his hands. You know that one? I sang that one at a talent show.
It's a classic. Yeah, it's a classic.
4th grade. And so I won the talent show. And I guess that was part of my, singing career. And I had a couple singing groups in when I was in high school. I had a duo with this guy named Hugh. And we used to sing like male-female duo songs. It was really fun. And
is a duo with Hugh called a Huo?
maybe so, but it's so funny because I've just been recently in touch with him, and he's still singing also. He never got to have a professional career like I have had, but it just was so cool to speak to him, and he's singing, and it does a good thing for your whole heart and soul, I think, to be able. It
really does, right?
And my uncle Gene, who is an Irish opera singer, and he sang at the Stuttgart Opera in Germany. And when he would come to visit our house in Pennsylvania, which is where I'm from, he would do his vocalizing in the living room. He'd go, oh, all that, like up and down the scales. But Jim,
Sort of
the
that la la
window,
la 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 la.
the windows would rattle when this guy would sing because he had that
Oh, very
power.
deep baritone voice.
He was
Yes.
a tenor he was an operatic tenor, and he did Othello, and he did all these major things. And his son, my cousin Tim Tobin, is a opera singer, and also was the lead in the Phantom of the Opera in Germany. And I got to see him perform in that production. It was fantastic. When I was on tour, I went over there to Berlin, and I think it was Berlin that we went to. It was great. So anyway, the music runs deep in my vessels, and as
Mm.
long as I can sing, I think I'll be alive. That's what I think.
Right. It flows through you and out
Mhm.
to the world. Um, what kind of music have you always enjoyed? Like when you were in your teens, what were you listening to? Did you always have an affinity for country music, or did that develop?
That developed, but I did end up doing a gig with a fellow named John Stewart. I don't know if you know who he was. He was in the Kingston Trio, and
I
when
know his wife, Buffy Ford
but
Stewart, personally. She's a dear friend.
is
And
she
I
real?
interviewed her, and we did this whole documentary on her and John
Oh,
at their beautiful house in Novato, California.
oh, is
And
that
it
right?
was fantastic. Yeah, Buffy. What a small world, huh?
Right. And we did I did sing with him on the road for a while, and I had a young baby at the time, so I didn't stick with him too long, but I did get to perform on some of his records. Like one of the records, we did a duet on stage. It was called The Same Old Heart, and it was really an honor to be asked by him to sing, and it was fun. I had a great time. I got to meet lots of celebrities. I met Arnold Schwarzenegger, Lindsey Buckingham from Fleetwood Mac, and all
Wow.
these people would come backstage to say hello to him. And it was quite a treat to get to work with him. And I had heard that he passed away, and I was very sorry to hear that. So,
Too early, too young,
yeah.
right? Exactly.
And
But
his son Michael he played drums in the band that we were in. Did you know Michael? Have you met Michael too?
I didn't meet Michael. I've met there's another son as well, and I met the other son.
I think
Yeah.
Michael was the one who played drums with us at the time.
The
And
other son just got married. Yeah, just
oh,
like I think this year.
uh-huh.
Yeah,
Well, tell Buffy I said hello, and I
I
sent
will.
her greetings. And I live in LA. If she's ever here, she's welcome to look me up, and love to meet her and stuff. So,
Oh, she's a delight, and she keeps his torch lit. And
oh
when
yeah.
I was at their house up in Novato, we had a full, 2 days with her, and it was for a television news series in New York that I co-host actually with my co-host Doug Llewellyn, who hosts the People's Court TV
Uh-huh.
show and has for decades. And I was tasked with being sent to Northern California to interview Buffy Ford Stewart. And I had been very familiar with her. She's a singer. She's a
Yeah.
children's book author herself. And her husband was John Stewart, the prolific singer-songwriter and one of the founders of the Kingston Trio, and wrote the song
Yeah.
Daydream Believer
Yeah.
that Davy Jones made popular with the Monkees and a lot of other stuff. And
Yeah.
her home was beautiful, Spanish style, white couches. She had the dog next to her, and she opened up every inch of her house to me.
Oh,
And it
that's
was so warm. I got to
so
see,
generous.
she showed his Grammy. She showed these wonderful photos of them with the Kennedys, and they were friends with Robert F. Kennedy deeply, and all these incredible people that they met. I mean, there
Mm-hmm.
wasn't an inch of the house that she didn't open up to me. And then she had friends come, and they all cooked, and we ate after the shoot. He was also a prolific painter,
Uh-huh.
beautiful paintings around the house of
Uh-huh.
his artwork, which was extraordinary. Another side of John Stewart that people didn't know that we were able to sort of uncover. But it was really something quite special. So I will
Oh, yeah, I
definitely.
bet.
She wants to come on this show too as a guest soon.
Oh,
So
good.
I'll let you know when she's on. Oh, our mutual friend here and recent special guest on the Jim Masters show is watching and says hello. Jay Asher is
Oh, hi,
here.
Jay.
Hey,
Hi,
Jay. He's a great talent too, isn't he?
oh yeah, he's really good. And he
Yeah.
should be doing film scores, but nobody's making movies right now, so enjoy the vacation, I'd say.
You're
You know,
just right. You can. It's a good time to reorganize the closets and the
exactly.
card catalog or whatever.
Right.
Tend to the lawn. But I know it's the world has changed so much at so many different levels. Even the music industry has changed quite a bit, huh? How
Yeah.
have you seen it changed over the years? And do you feel it's changed for the better? Like there are places like Spotify, iTunes where you can have your music out, but is it more difficult for an artist now, you think, overall, or is it easier from your perspective? Because you've done it for a long time.
Yeah, I think that it's a matter of perspective. And I think it's if you have the passion, you don't consider that it's a lot of work. Like I do have a new project right now, and it's a trio that I'm in, and it's called JAKL Trio, Jackal Trio, and here I am. I'm a grandmom, and I'm a former recording artist on a couple labels, and I still love to sing. So it's not, it doesn't feel like work to me, but it is work. You have to work hard to get it tight and, precise. But it's sometimes it pays off, and I feel like it's starting to pay off a little bit for me and my trio because I'm getting invited as a solo artist to play, and then my trio now is opening for us, which it's kind of interesting. But the music business is definitely not for the faint of heart, I would say. You need to have some savvy and patience and tolerance and understanding that maybe you're not the one that's the flavor of the week. But if I feel like when I get the songs, which I believe I channel a lot of them, the melodies and the lyrics come through me, that it's a gift. And I feel like that. When I start getting the songs, it's just like, oh my God, I better stop what I'm doing here and go write this down and get my recorder and record the idea because it's a kind of a gift that
Wow.
I think
Well,
I
the
think
reason why I say wow, and I kind of said wow, like Peter Brady did on the Brady Bunch. Wow. You know who said those exact words, and I've referenced it a couple of times on our show, who does it exactly that way, who when this female legendary vocalist who was a guest twice on our show, which we
uh-huh,
were blessed to have, said when I asked her what inspires her, she said inspiration can come at any time from any moment, even
right.
walking, from one room to the next in her house or waking up from a sleep. She does exactly what you do.
Hmm.
She will go right to the recorder, press record, get on the piano, and just start working out whatever is flowing through her and
Right.
capture it on the recorder. So that way there it's not too distant, that it's not sort of diluted, and she captures the essence of whatever that inspiration is as it's happening. And that person is Melissa Manchester.
Oh, Melissa Manchester. Well, I used to be on Arista Records as I had a singles deal a long time ago with Clive Davis, and that was my first record deal. And the producer that I was working with, his name was Steve Buckingham, and he also produced Melissa Manchester for that record label. And so I've never met her, but I feel like I have so much in common with her. But she's a wonderful artist, and I know it's just like I can go back to my phone and I can like click on the ideas that I had, and if I got about 8 bars of an idea, then I'm off and running with the song. But if it's just one word, it's not it's not enough usually. But I sometimes get the melody and the words at the same time. So
So you get the melody and the lyrics at the same time?
yes,
Wow.
it's so
Wow.
interesting. I have a song here that I was going to play for you guys. It's called "Until We Meet Again," and it's a song. I'll play it for you, and then I'll tell you the reason I wrote it. If when you want me to play a song for you, I'll do that. So you'll let me know when.
What does inspire you to write, and how do you describe your style? I mean, when you say country music singer, songwriter, that can really encompass a lot of different things. Everybody has their own interpretation, their own take, their own sound. There's the pop side of things. There's the old school side of country. How do you get the music going, and how do you describe your sound?
I would say it's a little bit traditional. It's like a stew. It's like an Irish stew. It's like I have some traditional melodies. I have some, pop songs that I've written, like the one that I wrote with Jay that was recorded by a pop artist. And I have a lot of just innate natural melodies that come out that seem to have, I never took lessons in how to be a musician or anything. It just was natural to me to, write in 1/4/5. I don't know if you know what that is, but it's
tell our audience in case they're not, in that schooling.
Like, let's say you're in the key of C, for example. C would be the 1, and the 4, C, D, E. And so the 4 would be F, and G would be the 5. So if you ever hear musicians talking about 1/4/5, that's what they mean, like the progression of the alphabet letter that's attached to the chord. At least that's how I understand it.
Right, so, exactly, yeah.
So a lot of my charts now are in numbers. I do the Nashville numbers charts now, and it's really, so you can play in any key. If you look at my charts, we could play in D or F or whatever. We can just do any key we want. But I do like to, I came home from a gig one night. I had done a Valentine's party for this club in Calabasas. And my piano player and we were having so much fun singing all the standards. Like, all My Funny Valentine and all those beautiful old
the American Songbook. Yeah,
absolutely. And I love singing that stuff. It's such a joy. And so when I got home, it was like 1 o'clock in the morning, and I wrote this really cool song called Flame of Love. And it's a sort of a swing tune. And I could play that one for you too if you want to hear it later. But it was completely, it wrote itself. I picked up the guitar and I started to play the song, and it just flew out of me. So it was one of those things, and it seems to go over really well with an audience nowadays. So
you want to play you want to play it now for us, since you gave that fabulous background. Tell us about that beautiful guitar you have.
This guitar was a gift. See, when you have a record deal, you do get some souvenirs. And this, my Gibson Star, was given to me by people at Gibson. I was doing, my band was a house band at the airport Marriott. I think it was the airport Marriott. And we played every weekend until I had to go out on tour, and then I got a sub band to take my place there. And we got to play original music every Friday and Saturday night there, which you don't get to do usually in a nightclub.
Wow.
So they heard, the guys from Gibson were in town for some sort of a convention, and they heard the band, and the main guy, his name was, I forget what his name was now, he came up and he asked me, would you like a new guitar? Because I had a Martin. I do have a Martin D28, so that's another excellent guitar. And I said, well, I've been thinking about the Nick Lowe Gibson. And he goes, well, I happen to work for Gibson. And maybe, when's your birthday? He said. I said, my birthday's in November. And he goes, well, give me your address. And I'm like, gee, I don't know. And I took a lot of, good faith in the presentation that the man made to me. And on my birthday, I received this guitar delivered to me by UPS. So that's my great story.
How
And
cool is that, huh?
yeah, it was unreal. I just couldn't believe it. So I love this, and it's been a very prolific instrument for me because I've written so many songs on it since I got it.
What part of Pennsylvania are you from originally?
It's called Marion. Oh, I was born in Drexel Hill, and I grew up in Marion, Pennsylvania. I went to Lower Marion High School, and everybody goes, "Oh, you know Kobe Bryant?" No, I didn't know Kobe, but I had met him in my work at studios. I met him. So, but
One of our faithful longtime viewers is watching from Pennsylvania, Jen Barry. She's into music, and she's saying hello to me and you and all the Lovedies. She's in the
Hey.
Allentown area.
Okay, I've never been there. Actually, I hear they have a great flea market or something up there.
In the Allentown, Pennsylvania area. Yeah. The Keystone State.
Would you like me to try to play this one for you? Just
That would be great. And people are also asking, what is the picture on the wall behind you? What does it say? They're intrigued by that.
It's a Chagall print. And here, you want me to move the? It's just some. I love this. It's a here. Whoops! I'll show you. Let's see. How can I do that?
We got to see your beautiful chair.
See it? See my Chagall print. It's two lovers. So I like to have love in my life at all times.
Can never go wrong with a Chagall print in the house, right? Absolutely not. And you got to see the chair that she's sitting in. We always get to see our guest celebrity chairs because they end up going to get the Oscar, the Emmy. They got to go they got to let the dog out, you know, whatever it is. Right. So you got to see her chair, gang, and her Chagall. That's a twofer.
All right, well, I'll play a little bit of this song. It's called The Flame of Love. And now imagine that I've just spent a whole 3 hours singing every love song for a Valentine's Day event. And I was playing with my old friend Jack, and he's just my dear, dear friend. And I came home and wrote this song. It was like... I know it's just a small thing, but there's a sweet ring when you whisper my name. I always want to hold you, I guess I never told you. I sure hope that you're feeling the same. Let's make some sparks fly, honey, maybe we'll ignite a flame. Well, I know what's been missing, you're hugging and you're kissing. You tickle me down to my core. I know now what I'm needing, and you could be believing that you and me could be so much more. Let's make some sparks fly, honey, maybe we'll ignite a fire. The flame of love, it burns hotter every day. To live without, it would be such a crying shame. So when the sparks fly high, maybe we'll ignite a flame. Anyway, that's it. And
that's fantastic.
Thank you. And that song is on my CD. It's a CD that's available out there in the world. It's on a CD called Before It's Too Late. And I have 16 songs on there that I wrote and produced. And so... Not that one. It's not that one. I don't think you have a picture of that one. That's no, not that one either. That's another one. I have all these.
That's a cool one with the cactus.
Yeah, it's really a good record too. And that's the Atlantic one. There it is, Before It's Too Late. Yes, I'm very proud of that one. And that one, 16 songs is quite a lot. You get 4 bonus tracks and there's another song, if you want to, since I have the guitar, I'll be happy to play this one.
Yes, absolutely. It's really hard. Everybody says one of the hardest things when you're putting, an album together is the narrowing down of the songs and picking the songs that are going to end up on it, because you may have so many songs.
Oh, yeah.
And then it's difficult to decide what, the final ones, right? You start with 30 and then you got to get it down to 20 and then down 16, and it was great you were able to get 16 on that particular one.
Yeah. So and my partner Brian, Brian Susie's a recording engineer, and he's really been so generous to me with his time of mixing things and editing things and deciding, oh, maybe we should save this for another project. So I actually have, I think, 5 or 6 new tracks that are already done that we're going to probably put on another release should we release something else. So and and my website, I saw you just put my website up there. I don't really keep it up much because I'm so busy lately, but it gives you an overview. I got to sing at the Autry Museum, Autry
Wow.
Museum,
How cool was that, huh?
and it was great. I got to sing the national anthem for
Wow.
Kirk Douglas and his crew that were there, and
Wow.
it was a real honor to get to sing that, to get to do that. Oh, and then I get to sing the national anthem one time. It was so funny I think I was at a rodeo, and the guy in the airplane up above me, he was going to jump out of the plane and parachute down to this bullseye. So, you want to hear the story?
Absolutely.
So
You got great stories, Karen Tobin.
I sang the song, oh, say, can you see? And then what I had to do was the wind kept slowing down, and I was watching him float down, and I had to go, by the stars, early night, it was so funny.
You had
It
to
was
follow
so,
whatever was happening to him
yes, and he had to land in the bullseye when I finished the song.
perfectly. Wow.
I did it.
You did it. Holy cow.
It was really fun. So I've had very interesting experiences, and I just love to sing. So
Yeah.
I'm happy to. So maybe I'll see if I can play this one for you. And is Jay still there, or
Jay is still there, Jay Asher. I think he's still there. He was saying hello again and everybody's welcoming everybody. Everybody's saying hello from all around the world, and everybody's saying hi, and yeah, from all over Florida, Sweden, Brazil,
nice.
yes, Japan, Canada.
I'm ready to go on tour to Sweden
LA.
or anywhere in Europe if anybody wants to.
Yeah, that's right. Ireland. Well, Ireland, right?
I was just in Ireland last year.
Were you just there?
Oh my God, it was so nice. It was cold, but it was nice.
Did you go to the Cliffs of Moher?
Went to the Cliffs of Moher, and don't you know, I wrote a song. I wrote this song because
That's very Irish, don't you know?
Well, I couldn't actually, because I had foot surgery, so I couldn't really walk as far as my daughters did. And I sat on the wall of one of the walls at the Cliffs of Moher, and all these, like, there were people playing the squeeze box, people playing fiddle, people playing guitar, and just all these melodies were in the air. And so I wrote a really cool traditional Irish tune, which I won't sing for you because I haven't finished it yet, but the story is this guy brought his lover up to the Cliffs of Moher to propose to her. Well, guess what happened? She got blown off the Cliffs of Moher.
Oh.
And every year on October 3rd, he'd come back and sing to her.
Because she was no more.
That's right. Anyway, it's just like.
So you are inspired by nature, by beauty, by things around you. You're constantly observing and soaking it all up like a sponge, and life and things you see visually around you inspire art from you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I was feverishly writing after we left that location. It's an amazing place, that Cliffs of Moher.
Anybody watching on planet Earth, if you ever get a chance to go to Ireland,
gotta see it. It's so
stunning and historic, and and the mashed potatoes are delicious. One of my favorite things on earth, those mashed potatoes. And did you go to the little pubs too and have a Guinness and all that?
We did a pub crawl. And my daughter, somebody found out that we were professional singers, and so we sang.
So they roped you in and said, "Okay, you're in with us," and you did an Irish session, and yeah.
Well, I did a song called "River of Time" that was an original song, and it just was, the room was speechless. There was like 75 international travelers in the room, and there we are singing with no microphone, no amplification, to a quiet room. It was so cool. We loved it. And we got a standing O, so that was cool.
That's perfect. That is so great. You
So
know,
maybe I'll play,
we've
maybe
had
I'll
so
play
many,
this one.
if you love the Irish, we've had so many Irish performers, and Sir James Galway, the legendary flautist, was here with his wife, Lady Jean. Phil Coulter, the prolific songwriter, was with us. All of Celtic Woman, Celtic Thunder. They've all been on our show. They're all friends of mine. I've interviewed them on PBS. So when we launched this show, they all came on and have graced us with lots of great tunes. Yeah. As you're going to right now.
Well, my cousin's daughter, I guess that makes her my second cousin,
yes.
She's on the road with the Celtic Thunder, I think it's called.
Really?
She plays violin.
So is she with the guys, Celtic Thunder, or is she with the ladies, Celtic Woman?
I think it's that one.
Celtic Woman. So then, so she's the violinist.
Yeah.
So wow, what a small world. So then she took over for Mairead Nesbitt, who was the longtime violinist with the long blonde hair, who's a personal friend. She's been on our show. So I would imagine she might be the one that took over for her. Wow.
I don't know. Maybe my info is wrong, but I know that she's a younger woman and she's a fantastic talent. And she's always on the road with playing the Celtic, whatever it is. So I'm not sure which.
There's a lot of Celtic out there. Yes. A lot of Celtic.
Let's look at this song. This song is called Until We Meet Again. You're gone, I'm blue. What am I gonna do without you now? So sad, and I miss my best friend. Your love will shine on and on throughout the years. I know in time I'll stop crying all those tears until we meet again. Until we meet again. I'll miss your touch and the funny way your nose curled when you laughed so much at the silly things we talked about. Oh, how I know the moments that will last forever. Until we meet again. Until we meet again. Well, this old world keeps turning, the fires of love keep burning, and I can't stop the yearning in this heart of mine. And I know I'm gonna love you until we meet again. Until we meet again. You're gone, I'm blue. And what am I gonna do without you now? So sad, and I miss the best friend that I had. That's it.
That's beautiful, Karen. That's really touching. That is really beautiful. Wow, that is very nice.
I wrote it for my little grandson. He was 4 years old. He was dressed as a Power Ranger cadet or something. He had his Power Ranger outfit on. And as soon as they drove off to the airport, I sat down and wrote the whole song, like boom. So it's a wonderful song, and I've fortunate that I've sung it at a lot of different occasions for people.
That's
So
so nice.
thank
Really.
you.
Did you want to share anything else with us while you're hugging that beautiful instrument of yours?
Let's see.
And while you're looking for something,
Uh-huh.
when did you decide to move from Pennsylvania to LA? And was it a lateral move, or did you go to other places in between?
No, it was
Were you in
the kind of
Nashville at
thing where
all?
we went to my husband, or he wasn't my husband yet. We were traveling together, and we decided to go to San Francisco from Pennsylvania. So we did a road trip, and we slept on the floor of some friends that had like a sun porch, and it was back in the hippie days. You know, we were just loving San Francisco and all that. It was so much fun, and then we eventually moved down to Los Angeles because Tim got a job here, and he was a recording engineer, and that's how I got my chance to be singing in the studio, because he would record my voice and practice. I was the guinea pig for him. You know, he practiced, and we did some great stuff, and I got offered a record deal like right away, the first project. And anyway, I sang an Emmylou Harris recording. Let's see, what's the name of it? I'm having trouble calling
Well,
up.
people compare you to
Yeah,
Emmylou Harris and Linda Ronstadt, and I
yeah.
can hear essences of each in you.
Thank you. I just think that I love Linda Ronstadt, and I actually got to meet her.
Did you?
I guess it was before the pandemic. They had, when she was on tour out here doing her talk. You know, do you remember that period of time? She was with her manager, John Boylan. And John is a friend of mine because of all these years of me being around. And
Yes.
I got invited to go backstage, and I got to meet
Ooh,
her. What a
nice.
treat. And I just think she's so amazing because she's handling her with such dignity, her situation
Her
with her health.
situation, right.
She's a really beautiful spirit and beautiful lady, and inspiring to sing her songs because
Yeah.
she picked great songs. She didn't take nonsense from anybody. I love her. She's really something. So let's see. Let me see.
She did she did an extraordinary version, and I think you can see it on the internet, of the Beatles song. It was Ringo, I believe. I think it was Ringo or George Harrison. Good night. Good night. Sleep tight.
Uh-huh.
Now's the time to say good night. She does one of the most pristine versions vocally
Perfect.
of that song, and you can check it out. I think it's on probably YouTube or something.
Mm-hmm.
It's her
Yeah.
voice. You're right. Her voice is
Magnificent.
I know.
Personified.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. You've got a spectacular voice as well.
Oh, thank you. I
Yeah.
appreciate it. And I love to sing. And while I'm still above ground, that's what I intend to do the rest of my life. That's it.
While you're up north, right?
Well, I'm standing upright. That's what I want to do. Well, here's a song that I co-wrote with my partner. And unfortunately, my former partner passed away. And we wrote so many songs. And it was just a really cool experience to write with this man, because we were just churning out the songs every day. We had a band. I had my record deal. We were writing for a we were thinking we were going to get something. So this is called Hills of Home, and this one is on the that blue CD called That's What You Get. The where anyway. Okay. I'll take it. Blue smoke hanging in the hickory tree from the fog on the river and the factory. Dinner is cooking on the kitchen stove as I pull into the hills of home. Hills of home. Hills of home still look the same. I thank God some things never change. My mind may wander, my feet may roam, but my heart will stay in the hills of home. Daddy jumps up from the front porch swing, and Mama runs out looking fresh as spring. The kids all are laughing, they sure have grown. It's good to be back in the hills of home. Hills of home. Hills of home still look the same. I thank God some things never change. My mind may wander, my feet may roam, but my heart will stay in the hills of home. My heart will stay in the hills of home.
Really nice. Bravo, Karen. That's beautiful stuff. I tell you.
I'm a little bit, I'm getting over like whatever. I had a cold or something. So forgive me if I'm not completely full voice on my high notes, but.
Well, everybody, the allergies this year, huh? Crazy stuff. The allergies have been really potent. Me too. I've been like dealing with them, and it's like you're clearing your throat all the time, and it's like,
oh yeah.
So as you're performing, are you zoned into another place in time? You seem to be and just watching you do your magic, you seem to be transported to another place.
Yeah, like when I get to do a concert, we had a concert last week at this place. It's a new club here, and I have this beautiful trio. By the way, everybody needs to go check us out, please, online. It's jakltrio.com, and it's a really amazing sound. And I wish I had invited my girls over here this afternoon to see if they could join me for some of this interview, and everybody was busy with some other projects, so they couldn't do it. So I apologize for them not showing up, but it's like angels, and the harmonies are outstanding. And
well, we'll keep the porch light on so they can come back, and we'll have all of you here. We'll plan a day and time when everybody is available, and we'll have everybody pop on the show. Yeah.
That'd be great.
Did you say it's jakltrio.com?
JAKL trio.com. Jackal. It's
Jackal.
JAKL trio.com.
That's all. Is that the initials of everybody?
Yep. Janie, Karen, and Leslie. So
cool.
JAKL. And we've been stirring up the soup around here.
There it is. jakltrio.com.
Yep. And so we've been having a lot of fun. We've been getting some nice work, and people seem to really are mesmerized by the harmonies. There we are, jackaltrio.com. Okay,
right there on the screen for you. We move fast at the Jim Master Show.
Yeah. And all the women, we're older women, and we've all had experiences in life. And one of the women has been a house concert host for like 16 years, and a wonderful, high, beautiful soprano voice. And the other woman, that's Janie. She's the high voice. And Leslie Barker is the mandolin player and the mid voice. And sometimes I take the mid, sometimes she takes the mid. So it's just a really wonderful, it's just so much fun. And I don't know how, maybe we can do a live concert for you or something. I don't know how that works, but.
Yeah, we've had guests do that. That would be fantastic. Yeah.
We are just loving the chance to sing, and the response that we get people like standing ovations. Like when we finish a couple of these real dramatic songs, that just, woo, we kick it out of the park, It's fun.
Exactly right. Well, you're having fun. You're doing what you love,
Yep.
and that's truly what counts. And look what we've got here. We've got this cool. Which we can't play the audio because of the copyright stuff,
Oh,
but we can show this just to show people how fantastic this is. This goes.
I got bumped from the record company. I lost my boyfriend and my band. So I just sort of got a job and took care of my kids. That's what I did.
That's what I
You
was
know,
going to ask you. How did that make you stronger, more resilient, and more understanding of I gotta, make it about me sometimes too, and not just everybody else. Of course, take care of the kids, but
right.
that was a life-changing thing for you. What were
Yeah.
some of the good that came out of it that you
Well,
still call upon today?
well, I think that I think my voice is still working. I love to sing, and I'm so blessed to be able to continue to sing and to bring happiness and joy to people. And I just hope that I can keep going. And I would love to be, one of the people. Like I'd love my trio and me to go out on the road and entertain people. That would be awesome if we could get a manager to represent us.
How about
And
collaborations and duets with other artists? Has that been something you've wanted to do, have done, would love to do more of?
yes, I have my fan. I'll tell you a story. I have a wish list of a male artist that I'd love to do a duet with. And I believe if I had been successful in Nashville, I would have had that opportunity. And I'll tell you a story before I release his name. I was flying back from my recording project, and I was in the airplane, and this guy walks up to me and he says, "Would you mind if I sat down with you, miss?" And I'm like, "Go ahead." And I knew who it was. It was Vince Gill. Okay. So Vince Gill sits down next to me, and the whole time we're talking about the music business. And he was congratulating me. I told him about my recording thing. He goes, "Oh, it's going to be great," and blah, blah, blah. He said, "But one thing you need to do is stick to who you really are." And that makes someone more successful if they are who they really are. And of course, when I got signed by Atlantic, they took me out of my duo that I had. I had a male female duo, and we had amazing songs, and they wanted the girl. They wanted the girl. They didn't want the guy. So already he was prophetic in that, statement that he made. And if I could have my dream, I'd have a duet with Vince Gill someday. That's
Mm.
that would
Does
make
he
me.
does he know that?
Well, maybe he does now. I know
Yes,
that
right.
we've been in touch over, like I was in touch with him, and I went backstage at the Hollywood Bowl when he was here, and I've sent him little notes and things since that happened. It was a long time ago with the record, but he's such a neat guy, and I just hope that if it's meant to be, somehow I'll get to sing with him someday. He has a beautiful voice, and I think we could kick it out of the park, me and him. You
You
know.
like traveling and touring too, and other places that you haven't been that you would love to go, whether it's in the States, Canada, Europe, anywhere?
Well, I I was I've been to Switzerland and Germany
Mm.
and touring, and France. I did a festival out there. It was fabulous, and there was like 5,000 people there. And when my band got to go with me, it was Crazy Hearts. They let us bring the whole band, and I had to play songs from the album from Atlantic Records, but we also played our songs, and we have this song called "Burnin'," which is on the Before It's Too Late CD that I showed you earlier. And we played "Burnin'," and all the people lit up, and they had Bic lighters at the time. They didn't have cell phones back then, but
No, yeah.
they had the lighters, and everybody was holding up the thing when we were singing "Burnin'." So it was a really wonderful experience. I was treated like royalty by the French promoter and the Swiss promoter. They were so kind to me, and I've kept in touch with one of them over the years. So, and I had an experience where one of the female artists from Switzerland happened to know a person here. She was married, had been married to a person that I knew here in LA, who knew that. But
Who knew,
so
right?
we became friends. And the next time I went back to Switzerland, she arranged for me to have a helicopter ride. And it was with a man who said, "Oh, I'd like to take you for a helicopter ride." And I'm like, "Okay." So turns out that he was practicing his helicopter ride, driving and flying.
He was practicing while you were in it?
So I was like, "Please." I didn't realize what was happening. So we were up in the air and he was like hovering. He was doing that kind of way. I said, "Sammy, what are you doing?" He goes, "I have to practice my hovering." And I said, "What do you mean practice your hovering?"
Now?
We're up in the helicopter and I am saying my Hail Marys, I must say. And but it was really amazing. I overcame my fear and we flew like really close to where the Alps were and the big gigantic mountains. And I felt like a little tiny toy helicopter next to those giant mountains, you know. But it was a really great experience and I lived to tell the tale.
Did you start singing the music from The Sound of Music and think of Julie Andrews?
I can sing that stuff.
The hills are alive and you know because you're above them.
Oh my God, but that was quite an experience. And I'm grateful for this chance to talk to you and get to know you a little bit. And
yeah, you're amazing. You really, you're a straight shooter. You're authentic. You're real. You're very talented. You've had so many great experiences and you've been doing it and still doing it for a long time. What are those continued blessings and joys in your life that keep you going, keep you wanting to make music and stay plugged in and connected?
Well, every time that my voice works, that's one.
That's a
Because,
good one.
you know, it could be that after this, you know, after you have kids and you've been singing all these years that, you know, it might not work. I do have a little cough that I'm getting over, but
Yeah.
but I'm just happy to be. I have a lot of love in my life. I have my kids. I have grandkids, and I don't get to see them though. They're in Chicago.
You're in Chicago?
Would you be able to send me a link to this whole thing, this part? Can I?
Oh yeah, it's the YouTube episode. Yeah, it's in that original email. So that YouTube episode, you can share the link on your social media and all, and you can tell people, "Hey, I was on the Jim Masters Show series," and they will click that YouTube link. It'll bring them right to our YouTube channel, and they can watch it archived with all the other thousands of episodes we have, or at least 1,010 we've done, which is a lot. Yeah. So absolutely. And if you need us to send it again, it's in the original email. But if you scroll down to the bottom, it says the YouTube link. But if you need it again, just let us know. We'll get it out to you.
Okay. And I wanted to say, like, if anybody wants to buy a copy of, like, before it's too late, I have them that I can sell out of my house.
So you can autograph them?
I could autograph them too, you know. And what should I do? Give you my email address and maybe they could send me their information.
And can they contact you on your website?
Not
contact
really.
area?
You could do KarenTobinMusic@gmail.com.
Perfect.
That would be good if you ask them to send me. And I've been really good about selling things. You know, just people hear me and then they want me to send my CD. So
yeah, because you have a number of them. You know, we showed this one too.
That's a nice one.
Yeah, that's a great one too. And there's a couple more here. I think we dug up a couple of these. We were showing this one too.
Oh, that one. Yeah, that's the one that Mark and I did. And that has such good songs on it. They're tremendous. Anyway, I hope you get a chance.
Yeah.
That's the Atlantic one.
That's such a great shot with those white boots and everything.
Except for, guess what? It was so hot that day. I was schwitzing. You know what that means? attack. And oh my, it was very hot that day.
But
Humid.
do you prefer studio or out there amongst everybody performing on stage? Do you have a preference, or
Oh,
you like both?
I like to do it all if I can do studio. And this was my record, the CD release party. We did it at a winery,
Oh,
and
nice.
and that was some of my bandmates. And this is Sue, my girlfriend. The other Sue is my
She
backup.
calling you now to say hi?
No, that's my daughter, Lindsay, and she's she does legal work for people that do hotel.
Oh, nice.
She's a real busy lawyer right now. Everybody's on strike in the country right now, so she's
Everything is on strike. Yeah.
settling. And I think we are very lucky to live in this country. So I hope that the people can come to an agreement with whatever they're,
Just
fighting
come
for.
together, right? Yes. Come together. And
It's very stressful for some of the people in the world. And the homeless issue, I don't know what they're going to do about it.
it's
Do you have
big.
a lot of homeless people there in your town?
Not in our town. We're lucky here. But there are within the cities, you'll
Yeah.
see it. I know on the West Coast, the LA, San Francisco's got it tough.
Oh, really?
Other, Chicago, Philadelphia, some other, but it's a worldwide situation, but it's really gotten to be tough here, huh?
Yep, I know. Anyway, we have to, and I'm hoping that all the crazy stuff that's going on will settle down because it's very disconcerting. It's hard to be creative when you feel like guilty for thinking good thoughts. So I just want things to get better for people. And I have a line for a song that I heard a line from on the radio. A newscaster was saying, "Coyotes are coming down from the hills." So I did this. Coyotes are coming down from the hills, looking for something to eat. Man on a corner holding a sign says, "I need a warm place to sleep." That's as far as I've gotten. So that'll be
That's
my.
great.
It could be a plea for global warming. I don't know. It could be an environmental peace song or something. I don't know what it's going to be, but that's something that's been on my mind a lot. And I see the coyotes walking down our street here in California. Like if you go out sometimes at night, you see the coyotes walking around.
Do you actually see them?
Oh
Really?
yeah, I've seen some. Yeah, we saw 3 coming over Mulholland Highway the other night.
Wow. That's
So-
incredible. What have you not done that you still want to do other than the collaboration with Vince Gill? Are there still
yeah.
other things
I'd love to sing with him. It'd be so great.
are there other things that are on your bucket list that you'd love to do in or out of music?
Well, I had a situation where this a friend of mine, and his name was Bo Golson, and he was with Criterion Music. He was a lovely man, and he was a big fan of my writing. After I'd been signed and everything, I got to meet him. And he called me up one day and he said, I need somebody to open for Lyle Lovett tonight. And at the time, my band was working all the time and I couldn't accept a last minute gig from him. But I keep thinking, I want Lyle to know that I'm available now. So, and this was a long time ago that I got the call, but it was a really sweet thing. This publisher was going to sign some of my songs, but then he passed away from some kind of illness,
Something, yeah, that took him. Well, I
So
tell you,
anyway, if I can sing and I want to ride my bike and I want to go to France,
very
to
nice.
go to Hawaii and snorkel, and so I have.
Oh, we
things-
snorkeled in Bermuda and it was fantastic. Loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
The
never
water
been
was
to
about
Bermuda.
40 feet deep, but it was beautiful. You could see the bottom.
Yeah, I love that.
It was
So
really, really nice.
great.
Would
So
you write a book?
Am I going to write a book? I have 3 children's books that I've written, but I haven't had them illustrated yet, and so I'm supposed to do that. That's on my bucket list of things to take care of, to finish those books. And I don't know. I don't know if I'd write a book. I don't think my life is that interesting. But
Hey, sure. What about teaching others? Teaching.
well, I think that my songs are really important as far as like the way that they come out. They just fly out, that kind of. And I work on the lyrics and try to get the lyrics all symmetrical and rhythmical and everything. So I don't know if I would teach either, but I could. I've produced people before, which is
You
kind of like
produced. Yes, right, exactly. What
so.
about a Christmas album for you?
Well, the song I love is "Mary, Did You Know?" You know that one? Your baby.
Yes.
I love that one. So that I would love to record that song.
Do you know all the words to it?
I do. I have performed it a few times with my guitar player at
They
different.
love, so do I. I'm a big collector and fan of Christmas music. Would you want to do it for us now? Why not?
Oh no, I'm not prepared for it right now. I'd have to.
Mary, did you know?
So nice. It's such a beautiful song.
It
Oh,
really is, huh?
yep.
It sort of gets to you.
And I am in a group. It's called the National In Choir, National IN Choir, and
Versus the EN.
and it's a bunch of studio singers and songwriters and former recording artists,
session musicians and jingle singers and all that. Wow, that's great.
And we've had like up to I think 80 people in it at one point. And of course, because of the pandemic, none of us could do it anymore. But I think we're going to have our first rehearsal soon. Apparently, things have lightened up as far as gathering together and singing.
Yeah.
So it's been something I've done for like 20 years.
Yes.
And it's rewarding. We go to the motion picture home for senior citizens and actors and Children's Hospital.
That's
I don't think they'll let us in. But we have this woman named Deborah is the leader of it, and she wrangles everybody, and we get together and we just sing at the top of our lungs. And I sing high soprano in that one. So
that's
it's
fantastic.
Really fun.
This was awesome having you with us, Karen. Karen, did you know that you're fantastic? And I hope you enjoyed the time with me as much as I absolutely have with you.
Well, I appreciate it. And there's nobody that ever said I'm not a chatty person.
Well, Irish are good storytellers, right? It just comes with the territory. But I try to make it, like I was mentioning to you earlier, we don't need any pre-planned questions. It's conversational. Right. It's warm. It's free-flowing interaction with the viewers. And we see where it goes. We have a great time. And I hope you certainly did. I know I did.
I have to tell you about my daughter, Bridget, my second daughter. She is a singer-songwriter also. And she just released her second CD.
Wow.
She lives up in Oakland, and she's amazing. I love her voice. She's got a beautiful voice. And
chip off the old block, huh?
Well, I suppose because we're related genetically, yeah. So what's to say? Thank you for, I can't read this thing for Grace. Oh, thank you. Let's see, Kathleen Walker, thanks for being here, Karen. Oh, thank you so much for,
yeah, these are the Lovities. Some of the Lovities. We have thousands of them. These are a few faithful that pop in all the time, which we appreciate and comment as well. And as I always say, we are going to keep the porch light on for you, Karen Tobin. It was really fantastic having you here. Thanks for gracing us with the music. And did you want to take us out with something, maybe even if instrumental, just something to sort of take us out, and which would be beautiful.
I could play you a tiny bit of a song called She Wants More, which was a song about my grandmother. She was a really interesting woman who had, she was just a really interesting woman. So she was Irish. I have to look at my chart here if you don't mind. And
I hope the show met whatever expectations you had as well.
I hope that I probably talked your ear off too much.
Not
But
at all. No, it was terrific. The main thing is we all had a good time, and it was a pleasure.
let's see, here we go. She was a chambermaid on a penthouse floor at a fine hotel on the Jersey Shore. She'd been on her own since the age of 12, and most of the time it was a living hell. So took control of her destiny to break the chain of her family tree, working hard for a living, build confidence. She gave everything 100%, 'cause she wants more. She wants a life worth living for. She wants more. She wants more. That's a little tidbit of She Wants More. So
Very, very nice.
about my
And
grandma.
we'll have more when we have you back. That's for sure, my friend.
Well, thanks. It's a I think it's great to not have to drive anywhere to be interviewed.
You around the world. We chatted for
So-
an hour and 15 minutes. Did you know that?
Oh, that's easy with me.
Yeah, that's a no-brainer.
Well,
You're
thank you very much for your time, and thank you to my friend Jay Asher for his recommending me. And I may contact you so you can reach out to my daughter Bridget maybe and talk to her.
That
She's
would be
awesome.
nice. Spread the word about our show. It takes a village. You know, other folks you think like to pop on. Everybody tells everybody, and truly
That's how it works.
continued blessings and joy and success. And maybe we'll have you guys back with all the others in the group, and we'll do
Cool.
something special there as well. But that YouTube link, yep, that's the episode link. So you can share that on social media, blast it out.
Nice.
And truly, it was really a blessing and a delight to have you with us. And again, I hope you had a good time, enjoyed yourself.
I did. Thanks a lot. And it's really, I didn't introduce you to Lainey, my dog, and she didn't bark. So that was great.
No, they love when dogs and cats and all. You want to bring her on?
Oh, sure. Just for a second.
Yeah, why not? There is our celebrity guest chair. For those of you who follow our show, there's the chair.
The empty chair.
It's another
This
chair.
is Lainey Simone.
Oh, tell us who we have there.
This is Lainey Simone, and she is a rescue. She was rescued by me and my boyfriend, Brian, about 3 years ago. And she's a sweet little creature. And I was a golden retriever woman. And the last one passed away about 3 years ago, right before we got Lainey. And I was just so lucky and blessed to get this little dog. She's really sweet. Isn't she cute?
I like the way she looked right up at you when you said that. Perfect. She's looking right at the camera. She knows her cues.
She's
So her name,
sweet.
you said her name is Lainey?
Lainey Simone is her name.
Lainey Simone. You're on the Jim Masters show live. Lainey
Yes,
Simone,
Lainey.
you're a beauty,
That's
Lainey.
Black Chihuahua.
Is Lainey musical?
She doesn't seem to mind it. She doesn't ever start howling when I sing. You know what I mean? 'Cause some dogs, like if they hear music or a tone, they'll go, oh. But she's just a very sweet creature. And I'm very blessed that she's in our lives. So
Does she inspire you with your music at all?
I just not yet. I do have another song that I wrote about another small dog that I had. I'll save that for later.
For the return, right? Yeah. For the return engagement.
So
What a cutie.
Huh?
What
Yeah.
a cutie, huh?
Say bye. We're gonna say goodbye from California. Bye. Say bye. My name is Lainey Simone, and I live with Karen Tobin.
And Karen Tobin is also a wonderful ventriloquist. She did that and didn't move her lips. How did she do that? Add that to the resume. We're going to see her in Vegas with Lainey, and they're going to be on stage doing ventriloquism.
Yeah. Well,
Whatever it takes, right?
appreciate your time and your interest, and I hope you had fun. And
Oh,
I
we
did.
did. We
And
did.
that's what we should have fun, as much fun as we can.
That's right. Live every moment and every second richly and beautifully and deeply. Absolutely right, my friend.
Right. Thank you.
You're
And
welcome. Thanks for the
what do we do? I
music.
check out now? How do I?
Yeah, we'll take you out of the screen and then
Okay.
it'll say leave studio. Thanks for the conversation, the inspiration, the authenticity. Thanks for the music and being a part of the Jim Masters Show Live series. It really was a pleasure.
Don't forget to call Vince Gill.
Hey, Vince. That's right.
Karen needs to sing it.
Maybe I'll see if Buffy Ford Stewart knows him, right? Hey, Buffy.
She might know him, but I don't know. He's such a glorious singer. I don't know if you ever
Oh, yeah.
his singing. He's and such a great person too. So let's see. What does it say?
If you put a pet on, forget it. You and I become second fiddle. They become the stars. That's
well,
it.
It's lovely to meet you, Jim, and
You as well.
I'll meet you over there in the East Coast, right?
That would be fantastic. Let us know when you're over in this part of the world, and if I'm on a TV shoot, because I'm sent, all over the country, back in LA, I will let you know as well.
Oh yeah, that'd be
great.
great. Well, nice to meet you, and thank you for your interest. And it feels good to have people get to hear some tidbits of my tunes.
Tidbits of your tunes. That's the name of your next album. Write that down, right? Tune tidbits. Tobin's tune tidbits. Try to say that 5 times fast. Tobin's.
You know what? That's called an alliteration, I believe. Tobin's.
I just thought of it. Right.
Yep.
It's an alliteration, even though I'm literate.
Well, I mean everything.
Right, exactly.
Tune tidbits.
Try to say it 5 times fast. Not easy.
Well, thank you guys, and whoever is there.
All the lovedies watching, and they already said you're a Jim Masters Show lovedy now. How does it make you feel? Cool, huh?
I just don't know what to do with myself.
Most people say their feet start tingling. One guest said he started levitating when he heard that.
That's great.
So you could be levitating right now and we'll never know.
Yeah. Well, I could move out of my chair too and let you see the full picture of the Chagall if you want. It's just we decided to put me here. I wouldn't necessarily have put me here, but this is where it's roomy.
That's the coin was flipped and you got tails and they got heads. So, you be well, Karen, and thanks for everything. And we'll see you again soon. You're welcome back anytime, okay?
Okay, thank you. Maybe the girls. We'll get the girls on.
We'll get them all on. That'll be awesome. All right. Have a good night. Take care.